So recently, there's been a lot of talk about reviving Hypixel, my favorite Minecraft server, and I'm all for this. Whether it's updating the server to 1.20 or gaslighting an entire audience, almost every point has been thought of. Many YouTubers have made videos about the best way to revive Hypixel, but none of them have talked about this exact problem. Hackers. Hackers have plagued Hypixel for many years, and I'd consider there to be two different types of hackers. The blatant, which are the ones that b-hop on you and use things such as scaffold, and the non-blatant, which hack on you and you don't even realize it. Let's talk about the blatant first. Whether you believe it or not, Hypixel actually has a pretty good anti-cheat, so it's unlikely to see these types of hackers in more high-skilled lobbies because they get banned before they make it there. The problem with these blatant hackers in the low-level lobbies is with the new players. You see, what these hackers do is buy many Minecraft accounts that sell as low as 15 cents, and then blatantly hack for a few games until they get banned. Now you might think, who cares if you get hacked on as a low level, because your stats are bad anyways. Well, yes, that's true. These players might get discouraged and may not want to play Bed Wars again if their first or second game is against a hacker. Even if these hackers aren't being completely blatant, but still obvious enough to your average player that they're hacking, a new player probably won't realize that and just thinks that everyone is much better than them and there's no point in playing. And Hypixel needs new players just as it needs current players to stay, which is where the non-blatant hackers come in. Many people think that non-blatant hackers, or also known as ghost cheaters, won't play on their high-level accounts, but you would be surprised. Let's take Vape Client for example. This is highly regarded as the best ghost client for Hypixel and is a massive issue. Hypixel has actually been pretty proactive about passing a reach patch, making it so no client can use reach. This is a good step in the right direction, but it is still not enough. Hypixel needs to patch many other modifications, but I think the most important are legit scaffold, aim assist, ESP, and auto clickers. Let's talk about legit scaffold first. How this works is it perfectly optimizes speed bridging, so you're only shifting at the last pixel of every block. This makes it so you speed bridge as fast as humanly possible without actually having to learn pixel perfect muscle memory. It's also really hard to detect this cheat because someone who you suspect to be using legit scaffold could just be really good at speed bridging and has practiced a lot. Autoclickers are pretty self-explanatory and most people know what they are, but to the few people that don't, this hack automatically clicks for you, allowing you to click high CPS with the press of a button. Just like legit scaffold, it's hard to tell the difference between someone who knows how to butterfly click 20 CPS consistently to someone who's using an autoclicker. Aim assist is a module that tells your crosshair to move towards your opponent. What makes this different from aimbot is that it only works if your crosshair is already somewhat close to your opponent, making it less obvious that you're hacking. Finally, ESP is a hack that shows you where your enemies are by either drawing a line towards them or highlighting their hitbox. This is nearly impossible to detect because unlike the other hacks I've talked about so far, this one's client side. This is all my opinion of what the biggest issues are, but keep in mind I've never hacked before, so take everything I just said with a grain of salt. To put into perspective how hidden these types of hackers can be, let me show you this YouTuber by the name of FastPots, who recently got YouTube rank while secretly cheating the entire time. I'm not going to go into that much detail about the situation, but pretty much you could tell by the way he was bridging, he was using legit scaffold. If you want a more detailed video about the situation, I highly recommend checking out Basalik's video on the matter. I've left the link in the description. Seeing that the admin teams gave a non-blatant hacker YouTube rank really shows how easy these people can hide their hacks. Now this is the part that I'm most excited to talk about. What would I do if I was Simon? First, I would double the amount of money spent on Watchdog and anti-cheat. Hypixel making reach hacks stop working is a good step in the right direction, but I don't think it was enough. If they can make legit scaffold, aim assist, and autoclickers all stop working, it would help a ton. What they can't do is what they're doing right now. The current scaffold patch makes it so god bridging doesn't work anymore, which is obviously not good, and all the other hacks are still a problem. Now, here comes to an issue that I don't know how to solve. ESP. Because this is client side, I have no clue how Hypixel could patch this. It's like the same thing with free look, which Hypixel should have never banned. How is Hypixel going to know if you're using free look? This is where I ask help from you. I'm no coder or developer, so would it be possible to block client-side hacks like ESP and free look? I don't know. But aside from the hacking stuff, I would also update more game modes than just Skyblock, add back Battle Royale, and update the game to 1.20. If Hypixels does all of this, I truly think that we can save the server.